Hi, I'm Barbara Becker of Barbara Becker Healing. I made a collection of videos for my book, Time Travel's Exploration of Lives Remembered. And I did this because I'm finding some people don't read books, but they will listen to an audio format or they will watch a video. And I took some of the session stories from the book so that you can get a really good idea of what it's like being in a session with me. There's a little bit of a history of QHHT and Dolores' amazing technique. And I'm hoping that, well, you just may find a commonality between yourself and either the client that the session story was about or even some of the stories in there. And you might be able to even come up with some ideas for your own questions. So get some popcorn, get a drink, and get comfy. These videos are not very long, and you'll probably be able to just watch all of them in an afternoon or evening. I feel that watching these videos will help prepare you for your session, which I look forward to facilitating. Thank you.
Time Travels, Exploration of Lives Remembered, Introduction. In her modality, quantum healing hypnosis technique, Dolores Cannon developed a comprehensive method where the client heals himself or herself in the deepest level of hypnosis, known as theta. Facilitating sessions for thousands of people all over the world, spanning over 4 decades, Dolores encountered the bigger part of us, the part she dubbed the subconscious. This is not the subconscious we know of in psychological terms. Rather, this is a part known as the higher self, inner self, oversoul, higher consciousness, superconsciousness, and so forth. We humans have given it many names, yet it has no name. It's the part that knows everything about us, past, present, future, and much more. It's the part that has the access to the book of life known as the Akashic Records and beyond. In addition to the singular perspective of the subconscious, it also comprises a group of beings that are responsible for us. Much like our angels and guides, the subconscious has an infinite amount of love, compassion, and concern for us. They help us stay on our spiritual path, complete our missions and contracts, and guide us on our journey to become self-realized. I know this group of beings exists because I see them during QHHT sessions with my clients. This book is a collection of QHHT session stories of my clients who found answers to their perplexing situations and life experiences. All received healing in their sessions. Healing is imparted upon the client no matter how the session is experienced. I've had clients who couldn't relax enough to allow the higher self to show them what they needed to see. It didn't matter because in the QHHT modality, healing is occurring behind the scenes, beyond our conscious mind. For all of my clients, I help them to create a unique healing experience that they will have for the rest of their lives by listening to the recorded session over and over. This is one of the most important parts of the modality according to Dolores. Why? Because the client receives more each and every time they listen to their session. More healing, more downloads of information, more insights. It's a gift that just keeps on giving. In the session stories, whenever I have found universal benefit, I have included the subconscious's parting message. I base universal benefit on what I've been hearing from my channeled healing and angel reading clients, social media comments, and people I've met sharing their common challenges such as forgiveness, worthiness, not meditating, and not understanding what's really going on in their daily experiences. Even if the higher self's message helps one person on the planet, then it would not be in vain. I consider a QHHT session an investment in oneself, a form of self-love. I wrote the session dialogue differently than Dolores. Dolores used the client's first initial when the client was describing the past life scene, and when the subconscious or higher self was talking with her. I made a further delineation by separating the past life part from the client's guides showing up in the past life portion of the session. I recognize that I can start asking questions since they are the ones that are part of the higher self. When this happens, it can be very subtle. For purposes of clarity, I use the term higher self in the session stories. The higher self has no name, and they don't care what identification we use. They understand we humans use words to convey acknowledgement and understanding. Also, please understand that the higher self doesn't always have the proper language term when describing or identifying an object, a person's name, planet, etc. The higher self doesn't always use correct sentence structure when speaking, and for this reason, unless otherwise noted, I transcribed exactly how they spoke during the session. As you read the session stories and the information contained within them, it is up to you to decide what you believe, as with anything you read, hear, or see. In the beginning of my QHHT practice, I followed up to hear about the amazing results out of curiosity. This is an individual choice for QHHT practitioners, as they don't have to follow up with clients because the healing is either done during the session or set up for completion. It's up to the client to follow through, listen to their session recording repeatedly, integrate the recommendations, and allow the downloads and insights to come into their minds and reality when they are ready. Please keep in mind that any medical or health advice from the higher self is for that particular client. The reader must discern and consult with their healthcare provider if the information is applicable to them. This information is not to be considered medical advice. All my clients sign a client responsibility and liability release form outlining the nuances of the QHHT session, such as listening to their session recording and that all healing is self-healing. Each client in this book has given me their expressed written consent to share their session story as long as I keep their name and personal identifying information confidential. I changed the names of my clients to respect their privacy. I invite you, the reader, to come sit with me in these session stories. Experience for yourself the higher self and how it imparts wisdom, insights, and healing in the most loving and caring way. If you can glean information that may apply to your life, as most readers do, then consider this a gift for you.